Next round.
You want to keep going? Are we good? You still feeling good?
Yeah, I'm still feeling
good. The episodes aren't terrible yet, so you might as well keep going.
Yeah.
Great.
Wait till they suck.
Well, hopefully we can stop right before they suck. Well, we'll see.
Dread game.
What? Yeah, I know there's lava. I was just about to comment on that shit, and you're like, hey, by the way, there's lava right in front of you. Yeah, I might as well be damn blind.
Welcome back to Two People Playing Games, a show where everything's made up and Aisha is never happy. Perpetually in a state of disturbance. But she's in Dodongo's cavern, so what are you going to do? I'm going to talk about it as though I'm commenting on your playing as though you're not here. So she walks up the dirt path and onto this, it's an interesting strategy, Jim. Can you come back, please? I can't do it.
Welcome back! Welcome to be here.
Welcome to be here.
What the fuck is that damn noise?
I think it's just the creepy music. We used to, okay, well, that's a new one. We're learning new things every day. How are we going to do this? Defense mode. I put on one monster in defense mode.
I lay down my trap card.
Well, he gave up very quickly and then forgot that it didn't work and tried again. How are you going to kill this clone? Because this strategy is clearly the most effective. Oh, good guess. Knowing your knowledge of eyeballs with video games, that spinning would be a good move. But he doesn't seem to give two craps about that you're going to die. You are very close to being dead. Which wouldn't be the end of the world, because I think you'll just start in the beginning of the temple, but still generally okay. Hit you in the foot. Good night, my friend.
Bye-bye, Pixel.
Wow, that's a really interesting, like, game over screen. No, it is. It really is. Like, just the colors on it. You wouldn't expect ever to see that in a Zelda game.
Of course I'd like to continue playing. I don't want to wake up in my house, because if I'm waking up in my house, game episode over.
I think... 4 minutes long. 2 minutes long, even. I think you would, if you save and quit, you start in the temple, of course. I don't think you have to walk from here. It's only if you save and quit in the overworld that you have to quit, or whatever, shit, I don't know. But, oh, wow. Surprise. We used to, play D&D, me and, like, Jack and a couple of people, we play D&D with this music in the background, because it was good, like, dungeony music.
Oh, yeah, it is.
I'd love to play D&D sometime. Like, if I ever felt like I had the time and the patience.
I did that. I did that, remember?
Yeah, you did it over Skype, though, right? I want to do it in person with a group of people.
Yeah.
It would work
Vinny
a lot
wants
better.
To, so if you ever want to, tell him,
Let's see if
and
we
he
can
would,
get
like...
a few more people.
He'd be like Ben Affleck, and
he'd start following you.
He's like, please. He really wants to play a Star Wars, like, kind of...
Yeah, but you're not into Star Wars, so it might...
Well, he says you don't have to like Star Wars in order to
It would just be a sci-fi game, really, at that point for you, but...
Yeah.
I tried doing a Star Wars role-playing game a while ago, with... You remember Riley, and then Nick, the guy that creeped up on us at the mall today?
Yep.
And a couple other people. Mm-hmm. We played it in 6th hour, because we all had an open 6th hour senior year. Or we attempted to play it in 6th hour.
Oops.
Ow. What a jerk. Hey, you don't have a bouncy shield anymore.
Oh, no. How am I gonna get this
Do you
guy?
still have the bouncy shield? Maybe you can re-equip it. You sneak behind the wall a little bit.
Just
Yeah, I mean, tabletop role-playing games are an interesting... Did you hit the R or the L button? You, like, reach off. Honestly, I'll get to that later. Tabletop role-playing games... I can't, sorry. They're an interesting thing because they're... Oh, hi.
Give up.
They're really slow. Alright.
I have one.
That's weird, because you have to use one to beat him, don't you?
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, yikes. See ya. You have to use one to... honestly, best place to open a business.
Yeah, right.
They're super slow, but after they're over, when you think back on it, it's really fun to, like, sort of chronicle your adventures.
Mm-hmm.
But you need a really good dungeon master who's really good at making stuff up and letting you do whatever you want and really quickly coming up with concepts, because a lot of the time what'll happen is you'll get someone who writes, like, an interesting story and creates an interesting world, but the characters end up doing something that don't play into that world, so then they're trying to, like, force you down this path, which makes it not feel free.
I'm gonna die. Oh, no, I'm not.
No, stop. They're not that unforgiving. This isn't Metroid. So yeah, it takes a really good dungeon master, and I don't know how the one that you played with was, but...
Wasn't that good?
Wasn't that good? Yeah, it's tough. We did a lot of it in...
And also a lot of people that played with us was like... they didn't really care as much, I guess.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, you need a lot of people who are really invested. You can't take it very seriously. You really can't. You have to be willing to be funny because you need a lot of really good actors. You know, honestly, good actors if you want to do a super serious one. Because we played for a few years, maybe 3 or 4 years. We did a. It was called Spycraft, and it was set with it's like spies and gadgets. So you work for a spy organization and you do all this stuff. And it was a ton of fun. It was all just like ridiculous. Everything always went wrong, and it was good stuff. But we had Nick was a really, really good game master because he's really story driven in his brain, I guess. So you need to get lucky with that in a lot of ways. But it's an interesting concept, but it's one that it's just so much work. Like it takes so much time to do. You're gonna blow up. It takes a lot of time to do. That's all I'm saying. How was the one that you played? What was it like?
It was fun. I was a hobbit.
Nice. Like, what happened in it? What was the setting? What was the...
we went into a dungeon, and there was, like, a dragon, I guess. Because, I guess, he had set up, like, higher... I'm trying to hit that switch.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Fair enough.
There's, like, a dragon, and... I don't remember. I think I was a pretty big badass.
You think you were?
Yeah, because I think
was it something with an
shit.
Overarching story that spanned missions, or was it specifically make a character and let's go into a dungeon?
It was like he was just trying to like teach us like beginning stuff.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, it's good to do that. That's a good.
And like nobody kind of really wanted to do anything.
Bummer. Who was the game master? Was it just like some guy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
it might be worth doing at some point. Dungeons and Dragons is cool if you get a good group of people and you don't have any time constraints and you set the tone with some nice like music and stuff. It can be really, really effective. Like the nice thing about when Nick ran Spycraft is he would get sound clips and maps and pick... Whoa! That was, he almost died. Oh, I'm sorry, I turned off the TV. I apologize.
I thought it was the game dying again,
Nope,
and I was
no.
about to kill myself!
Just accidentally turned off the TV. It would make for a good YouTube show. But the way that Nick ran it is if he had like a mission that he wanted us to do for a spy thing in a certain country, or with, where certain things would happen, he would get like radio clips and maps and a mission brief and music and sound effects, and he would have like a soundboard. He went the whole miles in addition to writing really, really good mission stories and he does a lot of accents, so he can do a lot of characters.
That's cool.
Yeah, and that's the kind of work you got to put into it, really. He put a ton of work into writing them all and making sure all the sound effects were for the correct guns, I guess, because he does like his guns. Like, make sure the AK-47 has an AK-47, whatever. But yeah, so it really did help when... Wait a second.
What?
Have you ever heard of Dread? Role-playing game called Dread? It's the coolest game in the world. Alright, so here's how it's played. I'll describe it to everybody. It's very easy to play. You still need a good game master, but it's meant to be a horror tabletop role-playing game. Which sounds like it wouldn't be scary, because like it's tabletop with dice. No. So here's how it works. No dice. The character sheets are basically like a series of personality questions. So like, what's your name? What's the worst thing that's happened to you between, before you were 15? Yeah, stuff like that. Really interesting, more dynamic than like roll a dice, pick a number for your dexterity, pick your equipment. It's all stuff like, where did you grow up? Who was your first love? Why did you and your wife split? So they'll have certain things that guide you down your path, like, oh, I have a wife and we split. Okay, I have to make something up for that. So your characters are crafted in these really interesting and organic kind of personality test ways. And basically the game is you can do absolutely anything, but the way to do things, like complex things, and the game master decides what you need to do this for and not. Like, if you're saying, I want to walk over there, he's not going to make you do this. But if you say, like, I want to try and punch this guy in the face and then do a flip, instead of dice, it's a Jenga tower. And you have to pull a Jenga piece out, and if you knock the tower over, your character dies. And the game master has to figure out a way that you die in the situation that you're in. So you'll get into these moments where at first, let's say you want to, like, do something kind of complicated, like pick a lock. Okay, you have to do one pull for that. But if you say, I want to somehow sneak around this crazy cult member and then pick this lock and save this person, it's like, all right, 5 pulls. You have to do 5 pulls to do certain things. So you get into these situations where, like, it's really tense because Jenga's tense, which matches so perfectly with the tense of like a horror game, like the tone of that, and so it's a really, really cool, like, it requires none of that number crunching, dice rolling, adding, and stuff like crap, but it's equally as immersive and interesting as something like that. Wow, you're facing a mini boss and I'm just talking. Welcome to the Lizalfos. It's equally as immersive as, you know, something like Dungeons and Dragons, because it's all imagination fueled. So it's such an awesome game, and you don't have to do it over multiple sessions. It can just be one sit down thing. You know, someone just has to print out personality sheets, and then that's it. Yeah, it's a ton of fun. That would be something that we could easily play at some point if we can get like 3 or 4 people together, you know?
What about, like, if, like, Glenn and Laura and Jack and stuff?
Well, they live in New Mexico, most of those people.
What if when they come back?
Totally, yeah. It's definitely something that we want to do.
Tell them to come back right now.
I remember we played one where... Jesus.
No!
It was, oh, come on. Did you do it? Nice.
Yes.
Nice work. You beat him.
I got hearts. Oh.
God, I took out his heart.
Oh, yeah.
Took out both of his hearts. That's an interesting little mini-boss. Not too hard, but it gets you, you know... It's the first real, serious combat in the game besides the first boss, you know? So... Yeah, we did an interesting one where it started out with us, like, camping, and then it was that scenario we always joke about where what if we come back from this mini road trip and then the apocalypse happened? Only, like, while we were camping, we were on our way back, and in the parking lot there was just a car with, like, it's just radio on, and there were, you know, whatever. But Nick prepared all of these really scary, real, old, like, radio, like, Soviet-era radio recordings that were just, like, anytime we turned on a radio station, you know, we'd say, oh, I'll try and turn on the radio and see what's going on, and he would just have these clips ready to go of, like, these scary things, and we were playing it up at his cabin in the middle of the night, and it was, like, pitch black. By the end of it, I had cried at least twice. It was, like, it was so scary, and it's, so, yeah, putting that work in mixed with, like, the Jenga thing and it's so much fun.
That's really cool.
No, it's super awesome, yeah. If we ever have, like, a dread thing happening, I'll let you know, because you'd really like it.
You should bring that up with him again.
I will, yeah. He always asks me to play Dread, and I'm like, yeah, but I gotta do, like, Eggbusters tonight. I gotta do this or that or the other thing. So I'll ask him if we can try and get a Dread thing going. Oh, that was clever. It didn't work, but it was clever. So, yeah, Dread's awesome. Awesome game. Very low upkeep. I think the episode's over, by the way.
Okay.
Sorry for talking about Dread for 10 minutes.
The whole episode.
Yeah, whatever. Maybe someone... Actually, we'll go for another couple minutes so we can fill it with more paying attention to the game. But, yeah, it's a cool game. Not as cool as Ocarina of Time. Speaking of Ocarina of Time, welcome back. Oh, it's another one of these guys.
Oh, no.
Oh, nuts.
Get it? Change my shit.
Nuts? Because he's spitting nuts at you. Hey. Well, there you go. You can lock onto him and it'll bounce right back to him, right? Now you gotta hold the shield button while locking on. Well, that works too. I'm not gonna complain.
What do you want?
He has to cover himself. He's indecent.
So you a deco stick.
A deco stick. Well, this will be the last episode for the day.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, as soon as you, well, actually, as soon as you want to.
No, let's do this room first.
Oh, Christ. This is like a really big room. Actually, it's not. It's fine.
No, I just want to light all the things.
Alright, fair enough.
Excuse me, lizard.
Did you need that deco stick? No, you got enough. Is it deco or is it deco? I don't know. It ends with a U. It should sound with an O.
Deco.
Norman Gecko? Gorman Gecko?
Gorman Ramsay.
Chef Gorman Ramsay.
I did it.
Nice work. You opened the weirdly bloody spikes.
Yeah. What did they, like, stab?
There's just like 5 bodies under the ground there. Every time it stabs
I like this nostril itches.
Your right nostril?
Yeah.
Or your this nostril? Honestly, this is a great part to stop because you just got back to the main room and opened a new door.
Welcome back.
No, not welcome back. Bye.
Bye to be here. What the fuck?
You didn't notice that on your way in?
No.
Giant dragon head. It's Smaug.
What?
Yeah, isn't that something?
What?
Alright, we'll be back.
Oh.
Sorry for talking about Dread.